Hey everyone, here I'm gonna go to this one so we can talk. Everyone, welcome back to Rogue 16. We got Nathan ready to go. Jeez,
I'm just hiding
got-
so no one can judge me.
we got Parm, Tony, and Nathan on.
Yeah.
Jason, I think we'll be on in a little bit here. We'll see. Man, it's there's a lot of things that have come out recently, and by a lot I mean just Hot Toys, but there's a lot of them. So we're gonna be talking a lot of Hot Toys today, which is cool. We don't usually do that. Usually there's a lot of other things, and so it's nice to kind of have more of a Hot Toys related show, which is cool. I like that. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, everyone good? Any specific pickups for anybody lately?
Well, we'll probably talk. I got the other Anakin.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
The light side Anakin.
How does that look?
Obviously, I don't know if we could talk about it, but it's not as good as the prototype. It's definitely a downgrade. Which
what part of the down? What is the downgrade? Is it just softer, or is it
the sculpt is a bit softer?
Okay.
The hair is a bit too long and not. I mean, obviously people, but on mine, it's kind of like it's quite hard to see, but it's coming out a bit. And even,
I got you.
I tried, obviously being a hairdresser myself, I've tried to get it in, but I can't really.
Yeah, you need to fix those eyeballs, bro. Those eyeballs are doing something crazy right now. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I didn't realize that. That's the issue though. So that was another issue. So it was hard to get the head on because I think they've got a new ball thing and it wasn't aligned with mine. Maybe they didn't carve it out right or something. So I was trying to push that on, and that pushes the eyes.
Yeah.
So
are they the magnetic ones where you just?
No, they're the individual eyes.
Yeah, you do.
But this new thing.
Interesting.
What is that?
Well, I had to. You see, so
you have to key it in, right?
It goes, keys in there.
Yeah.
Into the head sculpt, but mine, in my head sculpt, it was probably, I don't know whether it's just mine or whatever. So it didn't key in properly. So I had to cut a bit of it off there.
Get out of here, dude.
To get it in. So
a custom Hot Toy, man.
Well, yeah, and artisan as well. So not.
Dude,
and having I own the other Anakin, the older one.
With the sculpted hair, yeah.
With the sculpted hair.
Yeah.
And it has. I mean, there's no improvement apart from the. I mean, the body might be slightly different, but it's all pleather and stuff still.
Pleather, isn't it?
All the hands and stuff are still. If anything, the tunic is worse. I don't know. My robe. I haven't got my robe. My robe is. I want to say the arms are back to front.
What?
I mean, it's in the box, so I can't get it out. But it's
crazy.
The long part of the robe is at the front of the arms.
Oh,
it's like they've almost sewed the sleeve on the opposite way around. I don't know whether that's just how it is. I need to double check my other one, on my old one. I haven't looked at it for a long time. But
Nathan, would you have preferred them to make this with sculpted hair?
I do like the rooted hair because I got lots of the in-art stuff. I do like it, and I've seen lots that have looked better. Mine's not awful. It's not bad, but it's just those annoying sticking out bits. And again, being a hairdresser, I know what it should look like and stuff like that.
Well, I think being a normal human being, you know what it should look like.
Exactly, yeah. But also people are saying that their hair is falling out. It's not.
Really?
It's rooted, but it's glued.
Not rooted, it's glued, right?
It's glued, yeah. So it's and there's glue, glue residue, yeah. So I can't even get. That's the thing with it. It's hard to get the head on.
No.
It's You're
not selling this. You're not selling this.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, yeah.
Tell us what's good about it.
Yeah,
What's good about it? I mean,
exactly.
the sculpt is 10 times better than the old one. It's just not as good as the prototype, which
Sure.
I know is a fact. It's never going to be as good, but it's a probably quite a decent downgrade. But it is still better. Like the old one didn't even look like Hayden Christensen.
No.
This one does, at least. So it is a lot better. You know, it is definitely an upgrade. It's just not really much of an upgrade anywhere else on the figure, which is disappointing, especially for a £500 one. Because
Yeah,
it's
really.
artisan one. So you'd think they would at least like have like leather tabards or
Right.
or something. You know.
Do you have the same criticism for in-art figures where the production sculpts are not as good as the prototypes? Is that just across the board, or is that just Hot Toys?
I mean, I think that is across the board to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I did have like my in-art Aragorn. The hair on that was a bit all over the place when I got it in the box.
You'd have to expect that, right? Like, I mean, they can't.
Yeah, exactly. And you never get like my Gandalf was perfect.
It's like a male Barbie.
Yeah, exactly. So it's and there is going to be a downgrade, but yeah, it's kind of recently I've noticed it more with Hot Toys. I think.
Yeah.
Downgrade in sculpt.
Highly anticipated, isn't it? Figure, so it's kind of
It's and Anakin is like my favorite character, so it's like very disappointing when this comes. But
yeah,
I'm obviously still going to try and get the other one.
Yeah,
of course.
But we get to that.
Question: Did anybody pick up a Lowland Props piece? Was anybody able to get that?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
What the Akbar badges.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
really
You picked up Parm. You passed.
No, I passed on that. Yeah,
Okay.
It's a line I'm not going down because
I get you.
It's just another line. So I love what Marvin does with this line, but I'm just I need to be sensible and focus more.
I'll caveat mine by saying I've missed a couple of their pieces as well. It's just I really like I got the badges, the general badges from the first one, and I anything with like model kit parts and stuff like that is quite it's always tempting.
Well, and like I was telling, I think I was talking with Jason about this, that like at some point I bet you you're gonna have a whole line of badges that they make.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have a whole little collection of all the different badges. I bet
they'll look great.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get an Akbar of we'll either get a maquette from Regal or maybe maybe they'll do a bust or something.
Yeah.
So that would look great next to it. So
that would look fantastic.
But they're great what they do.
Did you guys pick up a Yuzum? I can't remember. Did you grab that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to go through a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, to get it, but it was that was Seat of Your Pants. That was back in that's the old. Well, I think that's their fastest sellout ever.
Did you guys get the Legacy or did you get the normal?
We did get a Legacy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was.
Is that way?
It was, yeah.
They went really
fast.
But
I had the opportunity to get a Legacy, but I went with the signature because I just don't. You know how I feel.
Well, the signature flew off, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean that's the last couple they've done. Even the concept Jabba that sold. I didn't think that was going to sell out at all.
Right.
I thought both the Legacy and the signature would hang around, but that sold out really fast.
Yeah.
So, but
crazy.
that Yuzum's that looks that looks really good. I think he put a picture up of it, sort of production picture.
Yeah,
they do look really great.
They look really nice. I think what they're waiting on is the block, right? The base.
I think so.
Done yet?
Yeah.
That's
my only worry is they seem to go from pre-order to shipping very quickly.
Right. Yeah.
I could do with a pause.
Yeah. Likewise.
It's got to make money, so it's a business. So he's got to.
Well, I think. Tony and I were talking about this. I think initially the production schedule for the maquettes was around 4 for the entire year for the Return of the Jedi. I think we've had 4 releases announced already, and we're into April yet. So
honestly,
it's a lot.
we'll talk. We might as well just roll into talking about the latest release that they're coming out with, since we're talking about Regal Robot. This release that they're coming out with says to me that they're literally going to make anything and everything.
Oh yeah,
like this right here. I'm gonna abstain from like talking about this because I have nothing good to say about it. So like, what do you guys think?
I think it's an odd one for sure.
Yeah,
I think the selling point is the guy that sculpted it, which is Joe Johnston.
Sure,
that for me is like the probably the more interesting element of this. I don't even remember this from watching Return of the Jedi. It was only recently that I learned what it was. So I don't have much of a connection for it. So I might be passing on this. Is what
do you guys think this will sell? Well,
I think the signature.
Joe Johnston.
I think
the signature edition, the 83, will sell out. I don't think it'll be instant. I think it might take an hour, 2 hours. But,
right.
And I think the signature one will stick around. I mean, I was shocked because I mean I've seen this maquette before.
Yeah.
Sideshow did a creature pack about 10 years ago when they were doing the Jabba's palace and stuff, and they made this with that pack, and it's in the Chronicles, but it is odd. I mean, it's no doubt. I mean, I'm on the. I mean, it looks. I thought the previous one from Phil was grotesque. This is on another level when you look at it, but
crazy, isn't it?
I was shocked because I didn't realise that Joe Johnston had done it. I think this is quite a new one that they've identified, because I'm sure Tom was on a live stream about, I don't know, 9-10 months ago saying that this was one they couldn't identify. So they must have just identified it. And
guys, the question is, you're saying this is the 4th maquette?
So this year they've announced the concept Jabba. They've announced Yuzum. They've announced this, and then they've just announced that there's going to be a 2-pack in May.
That's right.
So that's kind of 4 announcements. Oh, and obviously we know about F11, right? So technically F11's already been announced. So that's 5 already. And in terms of what's
so how many do you think they're going to come out this year? How many?
I hope not. I hope really no more.
I mean,
that's it,
bro.
Probably 8.
I'm gonna say 8.
I'm gonna say 8. Yeah, I'd say 8.
That's crazy, dude.
And then you got to remember they're going to interject the the really big pieces. The expensive. The Space Slug's going to be expensive, right? And
but I think I think the Space Slug will probably be it in terms of big pieces, because I think the maquette. The maquette's a bigger revenue stream for them, I think, because they're getting regular. I mean, they're priced lower, but they can bounce these out a lot quicker.
They've got a captive audience, haven't they?
I was talking to Jason the other day, and I was asking him how big he thinks that Space Slug is going to be.
That's massive.
It's big, right?
It's 3 foot. 3 foot.
It's like 3 foot.
Yeah,
it's huge.
But they are doing a scaled one, which I think is more of a collector friendly one. Which is a diorama based diorama based one. So but the actual puppet is huge.
It's 79. So I mean that's it in this. I always
look at that. Yeah.
But that's 79 centimeters long.
Jeez.
And basically that's the puppet, right?
But how do you is he gonna make it just like that? Like, how do you display something like that?
Well, he's gonna have an angled. I think he's gonna have an angled stand on it. I think from the prototype thing that he showed off at I can't remember whichever con they were at. But you need a serious. I mean that's something where you need serious space.
Yeah, right.
But that's why I think the other one is probably more realistic for most.
Right.
For most collectors. But that's going to be big as well.
Sure.
That one is going to be pointing upwards, so it's vertical space, which is quite good. But this is going to take up the puppet is going lengthways. That's huge.
Yeah,
it's going to look a little bit. It could look quite silly in some people's collections. I think if you've got to be a bit careful. You got to be a little
phallic.
That one.
Yeah, that could look a little a little phallic in some people's collections. Interesting. But that's cool.
It will look perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see it because I'm sure it's going to look amazing, but you know, displayability and actually, yeah, that's going to be tricky.
It's going to be like the gaffy stick, isn't it? Quite difficult to display.
Yeah, I think with the with a gaffy stick, I think you probably had a couple more options. I think this one you really are sort of limited to some sort of. You can't wall mount. Well, I would have thought you could wall mount this thing, but it'll be certainly be interesting to see what they release. I'm hoping that's the only big piece they're going for, because the rate then they're knocking the maquettes out. It's as much as I love them, they're going very, very fast at the moment.
Crazy. It's crazy, guys.
You know,
I understand how you
bit worried about it. Bit worried about that, to be honest.
I mean, look, if he keeps coming out with stuff like this, you're fine. But like, he's not going to. You know, the next thing is probably going to be something you're going to want.
I mean, you said it, Matt. I mean, any doubt that anybody had, any collectors had, that he wasn't going to any of the 94 or however many were on that table. If he's making this, they're all up for grabs,
right?
You know, so get ready. I think
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Well, yeah, look, I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I knew they are coming out this soon. And then does this go up like next week?
Yeah, so 15th, I think. I mean, the other thing I will say is that I think he's got quite a good deal with the Joe Johnson signature. Yeah. He does charge quite a bit, since lockdown. I think his pricing's gone. He's he's the most expensive ILMer, I think. I think that's right, isn't it, Palm? He's about 200.
Probably, yeah, he's probably in that region.
So, I think Tom's, managed to sort of keep that pricing down. That's why I think that signature edition will sell out, particularly if people don't have his signature already.
Right.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
But this is it's a hard sell, this one.
Yeah, just sell me the signature. I'll take just that. Like, throw this thing in the trash. I just don't like it. But anyway, not a big deal. Let's go on to the main thing. Obviously, we're talking about is the Hot Toys, right? And it's just overwhelming. We
thought the maquettes were bad. This is
there's just so many of them, and honestly, they like so many exciting ones. To be honest, I mean, we've been waiting for some Andor pieces to come out for a while.
We were talking about this last time, weren't we?
Yeah, we were talking about it last time. We've talked about it before. That there's just not any. There's no Andor. Like Andor season 1, nothing, right? Like they just didn't come out with anything, and it's kind of crazy now that the Andor season 2 is coming out, and there's a lot of hype for it. They're hitting these hard, which is cool. I like it.
This is actually a Rogue One.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Weird how they waited 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, well, they wait until there's like Andor hype, and then they bring out a Rogue One figure, which, look, you can use it for either one. It's fine. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. But that said, yes, you're right. It's a Rogue One figure. Is the K2SO Rogue One, or is that Andor?
No, it's Andor.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this will be like the third.
It's a different.
Yeah.
Got it.
Different,
I will say, I don't have the picture, but like maybe we do when we scroll through it. That like him standing next to Jyn Erso and K2SO behind them is freaking fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad. So I've recently been thinking about figures I might have to sell, and Jyn was on that list. Like, she's a great figure, but she is worth a lot. And I thought, I can make some space, but I'm really glad I didn't, because
I love that. I love that.
Cassian will go great with her.
Definitely.
How do you guys feel about the sculpt and the hair? And
I think it looks good.
Yeah,
I think he looks good. I think he's a little bit. He's been on the hamburgers a little bit.
Yeah. In my opinion, between him and Jyn Erso, I was telling Jason this too the other day, that like Jyn Erso is a good figure, but when you get her in hand and you look at her clothes, it's out of this world. Like the clothing on these things. And I think it's the same thing with this guy. Like you look at all the details on his clothing, it's so good. It's so freaking good. And like you said, Nathan, next to Jyn, it would be lights out, dude. Like this, it just looks so detailed. It's crazy. Look at all this. Like, it's crazy. It looks like an actual vest. like a miniature vest that someone is crazy.
They're very Hot Toys are really good at their sort of cut and sew, aren't they?
They really are.
I can't recall any real sort of failures certainly on the Star Wars line, but this does look really really good, and I'm really pleased that they, if you're collecting 1/6 and you've hung in there and you've hung on to your Rogue One figures, which I haven't, but I don't collect this line anymore, but also I think because this is Rogue One, with that then that gives them the opportunity to maybe dive into some of these like niche costumes he was wearing in Andor, particularly season 2. I know Jason's mentioned the TIE Pilot one, which is the cool one.
You know they're going to come out with that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it looks good. I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think that's and it is. I guess it is probably fairly smart for them to go, hey, this is the Rogue One figure, and then they'll come out with an Andor.
Yeah, they'll fire another one out probably after season 2.
That's a good point. To be fair, I think. Yeah, I mean, even if he wears a slightly different outfit in season 2, even though it's not the TIE Fighter pilot or anything, I think I think it's like he's got a bit of longer hair, so then even if he was wearing the same outfit, they'd still be able to just call it. I mean, K2 is exactly the same, but they've called it Andor.
I mean, look. This is what Hot Toys do really well. Look at the sort of weathering and dirt. It's crazy. This is a 1/6 scale figure, but
I know, it's crazy.
And to get this level of detail in there, there's still, I know there's other options out there, but Hot Toys still really are one of the best.
Beskar Kid says the real question is, will we get more characters from Andor other than K2T reissued under the brand? And that's what we were just talking about, obviously. But yes, I do think so. I think we'll get Cassian with the TIE Fighter pilot suit, because they've shown it so much in the trailers and stuff that I think it's like a big. I don't know. Seems like a big
I can see them reissuing Krennic, because it's been just pretty much the same figure.
Yes.
Just under the Andor.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get a what's his face? The guy with the breathing thing. What's his name?
Saw Gerrera.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's one they didn't do, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Well, they got to do Bay. They haven't done Bays, have they?
Bays, yeah.
But think about it. It'd be great also to get Mon Mothma. Like, like she's fantastic in the show. Like, she would be really good. I mean, I would love it if they went deep and got her and the guy.
Luthen. Yeah,
Luthen. Yep.
They should do a Mon Mothma, but with 3 head sculpts. One is the young one from the prequels.
Yeah, and one right.
OG one, and then the Andor.
Stop giving them ideas, though.
They won't do that. Chris Millen says they definitely won't. We'll definitely get more Krennic for one.
Mm-hmm.
Deirdre Miro.
Yeah, that would be a good figure to do, because that would pair really well with Krennic, because they've got similar type. That the ISB uniform is really cool.
There's a lot they could do, and I think people would love it. I mean, I think you kind of can't go wrong with Andor. It's so good. Like, I think Jason last time, wasn't he saying that like he would love to see them make the prison outfit,
Andy Serkis.
Yes, Andy Serkis would be really great.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah,
that would be great. But I mean, will they go back to Andor 1? Will they do Andor season 1 figures? I don't know about that.
I don't know. But it took maybe, because I'm seeing, like, I think we talked about it last time, how they're doing like a little Lego set. They're doing a few more. They're doing a lot more things, not much more, but more things than season 1. So maybe now the sort of floodgates have opened. They're gonna do more.
Yeah, they never really complete a line, though, do they? That's the only frustration with them. They sort of give you a sprinkling of figures and then move on.
Yeah. Well, they did the original trilogy figures, and we only relatively recently, got a C-3PO from them, didn't we? So
Yeah, I mean, everyone's been screaming for an ESB Han, and then they jumped that and then went straight to. I mean, we might get one this year because it's the 45th anniversary, but I mean, they don't look at stuff like that. I don't think they just there's a randomness to their releases.
Look how good
the anniversary.
Yeah, that's great. That looks great.
These look so good together, man. And like you said, Tony, congratulations to the people that like held on and like held on to their Rogue One figures and just kept in there and said, I'm gonna, because they are all great. They're fantastic. Rogue One's probably, in my opinion, one of the best figure lines that Hot Toys actually has out of everything they've made. Like I really do believe that.
I remember when I first started listening to the show when you first started doing it, Matt.
Yeah.
And you did a whole show just on the Rogue One figures, and you were like, "This is the best line," and
it's the best line.
Yeah.
And I'm now that they've added even more to it, I think it just continues to be the best that they've done out of everything. And I just think I honestly feel like they take their time and actually put love into each and every character, like put some really hard work into each and every character that they put out in the Rogue One series. And I think Andor's just gonna, the nice thing is that Andor's just an extension of that, right? Like anything they make in the Andor line is essentially a Rogue One figure, pretty much. So, they've got a lot of really cool, opportunities for figures. I hope they keep going because it's so good. I mean, and we'll talk about K2SO in a minute, but gosh, K2SO is sick too. So you get, with this one, you get obviously the vest, you get a gun, a pistol, and then I guess, some swap out hands. I mean, I don't know why they're showing the boots as if they're not going to
be the only thing I would have liked, I mean, you can't really get much more with a Cassian, but I would have quite liked his coat, like his blue coat from Rogue One, as it's a Rogue One figure.
Right.
But it's not, still looks cool.
Yeah, I love that. I love that sort of body warmer top that he's got. I think that looks it's
really
just
cool.
Great. And the distressing on the jacket as well.
Yeah,
I just hope it transfers into the final production piece. Always a little bit worrying about that. I think there is a drop off between. I've noticed it recently with the Hot Toys figures where their prototype really does. When it goes to the final production on some of this stuff, it really drops off. But I mean, what a great release. It's the best. It's the best. This is the best one out of the lot. That they've shown coming up to Celebration.
Yeah. Let's go over here. Let's go over to here real quick since we've been talking about it anyway. You're seeing him, but I mean, K2SO.
You had the original one, didn't you, Matt? I had this figure as well. And
really
good, brilliant. And I was really regretted at the time selling it, and I think it's. I don't know how different this one's going to be, but I mean that one we had is 5 years old. So
and is this officially the first Andor figure of?
I think so.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
Which is great, man. Gosh, keep making these things. I hope they keep coming out with these things. But
great design, I love it.
Oh, he's so good. It's one of my favorite droid designs of like everything in Star Wars. I think K2SO was one of my favorites, and he's just fantastic. And does this one have the die-cast legs?
I would have thought so.
I would imagine it would.
I thought it's a reissue, right?
Because it's. I mean, obviously, people have to know this, but like, if you don't, the K2SO figure's huge, and it's like really heavy because the die-cast legs and stuff. It's really great. It's just such a fantastic really, figure to pose. Like everything poses really well and moves really well. Like it's so good. It's got the light up eyes. If the light up eyes is that just like a touch the head somewhere?
No,
or like...
is
it USB?
Yeah, it's USB, which people were saying like how where's they going to connect the wire? Because usually, like with the recent USBs, you can hide it in their clothes or hide it on the back, but it's just going to be like dangling down his leg or something.
Well, I mean, the question is, so it has die-cast legs. Could they make it transfer through the base?
I mean, no, I don't. I mean, people, that would be great, but I doubt it. I think
that would be awesome.
I don't. What's the base? Is the base just? Like
it looks plastic. No, it looks generic. Yeah, generic one.
I guess they have to. You got to think that. Well, what if someone doesn't use the base? Then they can't light up the eyes. I guess at that point.
I'd rather have that than have
Great figure.
wires everywhere.
It's so good, dude. It's
cool.
so good. It's just one of my favorites. And you know, the weathering's decent. It's pretty good. And I think aren't the hands are fully, like, the fingers are fully, like,
yeah, they're articulated. Yeah.
gosh,
It's great figure.
Such a good figure, man. I mean, look, you can, like, actually put his hands and stuff around things. Like, it's great. I really love it. Hey, Nathan, are you gonna get both of these guys?
I think I'm gonna get Cassian.
Okay.
Just because I've got probably enough room for him. I don't know about K2. I could.
Dude, how could you not get K2SO?
I know,
how's that even possible?
I mean, I won't be able to display. I haven't got room to display them together, really.
Dude, you gotta knock a freaking evict someone from their cube back there and put him.
I don't know if you can see. I've got like a Scarif diorama. That's my Rogue One diorama, but I guess I could get.
Well, the rate Hot Toys are going, Nathan, you're going to have a wall which is just overflow, I would think. But
well, that's the thing. I've already, with all the pre-orders, I've already assigned my cubicles.
Bro, I'm disgusted with you right now, Nathan. Like, if you don't get K2SO, you're. That's
I thought. I mean, I might put him in the Death Star, and he could just be a generic droid
K2 figure.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, let's be honest. I'll probably watch Andor season 2 and be like, "Oh, I gotta have it."
Yeah.
Or something else cool.
Talking to Kate, I'll tell you what is impressive is the sideshow premium format of this. That's a really terrific statue that they do.
That must be huge.
It's massive.
Yeah, Tony, I'm ashamed of myself for not picking that up. Like,
what, the PF?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one that I wish I could have gotten at some point, because it's just such a good piece. And I think at the time, I would have said I probably have the Hot Toys figure. Why do I need this other thing? But now I'm like, damn, I should have.
You can't find it. You can't find them. Well,
no.
They're pretty rare, I think.
It would be it would be another great thing. It'd be so awesome if Sideshow made Andor stuff. And
they might redo it. Yeah, they might redo one. Yeah, they might. You never know.
I would absolutely love that.
But no, this is a great.
Yeah.
Really, really nice surprise. I think. I was shocked. I was actually shocked when I was not expecting that.
Is this one that any of you guys are gonna get? Or K2?
I don't think so. But honestly, Nathan, this is one of those figures that even if you don't collect Hot Toys, you could still get this and it would look really good next, like standing up next to anything. Like, it's that type of figure. It's just really, really awesome looking.
It feels this is a great design that they did with a lot of this Rogue One stuff. It does feel like a original trilogy.
But Tony, you're right. If Sideshow came out with a premium format, another K2SO, I would cut some entire arm off for that. Like, I really would.
That would sell. Yeah, hotcakes. I think
I'd be all over that.
I don't know if you guys already touched on it, but what are your thoughts on the fact that Cassian is under Rogue One and K2's on
we mentioned that. Our thoughts. What we said, Jason, was that it's probably likely that they're going to come out with another Cassian for Andor with that TIE fighter suit or something like that. And that's why they're doing him under Rogue One still. It's kind of weird for them to come out with both of these at the same time and one be Rogue One, one be Andor. I don't know why they would do that. But.
Well, when they teased the original Cassian, he was in the blue Parker, remember?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the he was in the blue. Let me see. I think there's
Nathan was mentioning that he would have liked that. Like that specific figure.
Wait, did they actually tease a Cassian?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna try to find it.
Was it behind like Jin or something like that, or
no? It was like when they do the coming soon and they put them in the glass cases, like what they did with Baze.
Yeah.
Like the old shots from like what's it called?
Like a convention or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he just looks so good, dude.
Yeah, because I would have liked that with Andor and the blue parka. That would have been really nice.
Mm.
The figure looks great though.
Yeah, figure looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
They did a great job with the.
You know, I was just being like sarcastic when I put that post up the other night, but sure enough, the next day a bunch of Jin figures either sold or jumped up in price.
Oh, the Jin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not surprising, dude.
See,
All those Rogue One figures.
They have Baze Malvis posted everywhere with these figures, like on display, on a base, like completely finished. This is so weird.
Yeah, it's frustrating. We were saying about this earlier. They're just not finishing lines.
Yeah. He's not even like just teased. He's not even just teased. He's like everywhere. There's pictures of him.
Yeah.
Like you know, on display at like Secret Base. There's pictures of him like with he's got his Sometimes they just have him on like the generic black base.
Because they do that a lot. They show figures off at conventions and stuff, but some of them they've made, like Padme was on there for ages.
Well, range trooper.
So range trooper, exactly. So a lot of or at least the named ones, like there might be the odd clone trooper that hasn't been made, but the named characters have all eventually been made, apart from Baze, really. So
yeah, but
maybe it's a licensing thing, or
that's what I was thinking. But where I was confused with what I was saying is like usually when you see that, you'll see like a pretty much complete figure, but he'll have like a generic black base. He'll be like in a specific pose. But Baze, like every time they show him, he's got like a because remember for a while they were coming out with the bases and you could put like the sticker over the base.
Yeah.
Of the corresponding figure.
Yeah.
Like you leave it blank or whatever. They have like that. That's complete. Like his accessories are complete. He's in different poses. Like he wasn't just teased once or twice. Like for like a year and a half, he was posted in like a myriad of displays. And usually you only see like one or two. Like one or two con, and then that's it. Yeah. Because if you guys remember too, they also when they did the quarter scale Vader, they had a quarter scale Stormtrooper and a quarter scale Kylo Ren. And I remember being pretty excited for that quarter scale Kylo Ren, and it never came out.
They do it all the time, man. They show you stuff, and you think you're gonna get this and that, and they don't do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hot Toys, man. Let's go on to this next one. I think. Yeah. Okay. So this is one they also showed. This is now getting into, I believe, the celebration exclusives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what the same figure, Nathan, as what you've got, but he's got red eyes.
Different sculpt. No, it's a different sculpt.
Is it all together?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got like a open mouth, sort of.
You can see his teeth, right?
Teeth, yeah. But I assume, like the tailoring is exactly the same. It'd be cool if he had some like weathering or something, or like some burns on his tabards or something like that. Maybe they got the cloak the right way around for this one. And...
I think they've. I could be wrong, but those eyes look.
I was gonna say he's got light up eyes, right?
Well, he looks like he's turning into a
Superman,
creature of the night. It's
American
Werewolf in London vibes.
They're meant to be more red. They're a bit too yellow, I believe.
I think he looks too feral to me. I mean, it just looks very. I don't know. I don't think.
Pink eye, isn't it? It's like somebody fired on his bird.
Yeah.
This one does come with a red lightsaber though. So,
however, I was going to say I have seen pictures in more natural light. I think on our Hot Toys page somewhere, and it does look a lot better. So I don't want to. Yeah. I'm just only going on what my personal view is. It just looks. Look at that. That just. He's turning, but not to the dark side.
Right. Yeah. He's going to start growing some hair.
Throw him a bone. I mean, it's that sort of,
Yeah.
Well,
he ate a double pepper. That's a charm.
Yeah.
This one is limited as well. Like, it's limited to, I think it's 1,500 in Japan at Celebration, and then just 1,000 everywhere else.
Oh, wow.
2,500. together. So,
what do you think of the base on this, Nathan? I wasn't a fan of that either.
Too much, I think.
Yeah.
On this one?
There's
Yeah, I
like
feel
an
like-
arc or something, isn't there?
It's got this. Yeah, it's got this. It's
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
mean, it would have been cool to have the lava droid again, but I guess they got to keep
looks good there from
the old dark side one a bit different.
Oh, this thing. Holy
yeah.
shit. I haven't seen
Yeah.
this thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We never
This
seen.
This one's a little too artistic.
Are you think? That's freaking ridiculous, dude.
A bit like, who's going to have the room to display that, really?
But it doesn't make sense either. It doesn't.
It's in front of the figure too. It's like, what?
It doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
It doesn't make sense. No.
Yeah.
Looks
Well, I
like
feel like-
it looks like he's bit through it.
Because I feel like the whole figure himself doesn't really make sense. It's more of a like
Cash
not only,
grab.
there's a red lightsaber. We've never well, I know he's Vader, but he never actually had a red lightsaber
Right.
in the film,
Not in the movie. Yeah.
not in the movie. And then also people are saying it looks a lot older. It looks like an older Hayden Christensen. So saying that it might really be from the Ahsoka series where he did have a red lightsaber.
I don't know, man. I honestly,
I think we're pushing it there.
yeah,
aren't we?
honestly, the sculpt looks great to me. The sculpt looks fantastic.
No,
The
Yeah,
hair
it
looks
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 good.
good.
That looks good.
The eyes are definitely like freaking
Yeah, that's too
Cheeto,
much.
like
Yeah.
Cheeto.
Is that
Cheeto
like
eyes.
real hair or is that?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Richard
real hair.
Hair, yeah.
It's the artisan,
I'm not a
isn't
fan
it?
of
Okay.
Yeah, it's another artisan.
He just looks like if they sort the eyes out, he just looks like he's an extra out of Salem's Lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just tone the eyes down, and I think you're there.
Before this came out, lots of people were swapping. They were taking the eyes from their Darth Maul and put them on this guy. To
Yeah,
give
right.
them
Yeah.
the Sith eyes, and then
Yeah.
which it worked. It looked alright, but yeah, now you've actually got the.
Are you
Put his eyes too
the minute
close-
are you going
his
for
eyes
this,
too close to
Nathan?
the saber?
Well, I'm gonna try, yeah, but I've so some. Well, I won't name them, but some companies have already put this up for pre-order, even though it's not out yet.
How
Yeah,
much
is
is
that-
it?
It's not available to. I don't know. But
Nathan, is that legitimate? Because I've seen a few of the con exclusives up for pre-order.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Probably not. But what the thing is that they're going for pre-order. They're going for over £600.
Hey.
So
Whoa.
I'm like, even
That's
it's
crazy.
Anakin and it's me, but even that is a bit of a.
So they are probably legit. They're just buying and flipping.
Yeah. I mean, it is legit,
Hmm.
but they're probably buying it for half the price at the con. And
They're
then,
just not like a legitimate distributor. Okay, that
but
makes sense.
thankfully, I have a certain someone going to Celebration who's going to try and get me one.
Who could that be?
Some friend of the show.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, she's kindly offered to try and get one, but obviously
Cool.
it's a very slim chance, I think.
Yeah.
Hope you get
Well, you never know. I mean, yeah.
If you
that'd be
guys
great.
know anyone,
It'd be great if you were able to get
Yeah.
one. Beskar Kid says he'll be displaying is in the Ahsoka series display, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good option, right? That's a good way to do it too. And maybe that's kind of what was intended, but really cool figure. I think it definitely looks good. I just think there's definitely some things that it is interesting with the eyes. You can see the like all the things coming off of the. It's like an orange and then a red, and it's got it does look very detailed.
Yeah,
The
it does.
color is really.
I haven't looked closely because I've got the OG Dark Side Anakin. I don't know if the eyes are different or not, but that was my first ever hot toy, the old Dark Side Anakin. So
Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah.
You can see the edging, like the stuff around the edges. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool.
It's a much better sculpt as well than the original.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, the original didn't even look like Hayden.
No.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they've
You-
kind of nailed Hayden at this point. I
The
think.
good thing
hair-
about the
hair
original
looks
was you could use the hood, right, and have him hooded, but
Right.
you wouldn't want to do that on a figure where you've
Of
paid
the
so
hair,
much
no.
because of the hair.
Well, you say that, Palm, but the hood on on this my Anakin and the old Anakin as well. It's wired, but it's
Mm.
so it doesn't drape well. It's all wired and pokey out, and it sits about that far off the head,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's not good.
yeah. So I
You
wouldn't
almost need a custom, right? Or take it from another figure. Because I think a lot of people use Qui-Gon's, didn't they? Because his...
It was darker, yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
point,
okay.
actually. I didn't, but yeah.
Well, the next exclusive we have is this guy, which
Paintball.
this is a very controversial one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jason thinks it's cool too. I've talked to Jason about it several times, and he really likes this.
I like this.
And it just depends on kind of the way you look at it. I definitely
It's a
think,
novelty, isn't it?
yeah, but it's not any different than what they've done before, right? Like they've done
the porcelain one.
They did that porcelain
yeah.
one, yeah.
Right, they've done some of
My
these.
take, Matt, was this: when they first posted it, like when Hot Toys Originals post, where the one that gets like hundreds, if not thousands, of comments. I get it's not for everybody, right? Stylistically, even the porcelain one, even when they did the collabs with Milk and Jun Takahashi, and they did like the copper one and the chocolate one and all those. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Sure.
But what was happening is I saw a lot of grown men being really immature, really childish, and just ripping apart like the whole aspect of the cherry blossoms and not taking into consideration how culturally significant and how culturally important it is.
Oh, yeah.
You're taking something so culturally significant in your, and there's a juxtaposition between something that has such, pop iconography with it. That's a great collab that they were able to do that. So for people to be like, oh, this isn't for me, I don't like this, like, this isn't my style, that's one thing. But ripping it apart and putting throw up faces and this
yeah.
It's like, guys, can we not do that?
No, it's cool.
It's part of Hot Toys. They're a Japanese company, aren't they? So
right.
It's part of their heritage. So just you
imagine a stormtrooper with like Union Jack armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then people be like, "That's disgusting. That's ridiculous. This is so like." You don't have to insult it.
I mean, it would be pretty gross, but
yeah, but you can just be like, "Hey, this isn't this isn't for me."
Jason, when we talked, I was telling you that I felt like a thing that they missed out on that I think would have been really cool is to do that. I can't remember what you called it, Jason, but that figure with the Stormtrooper where they have the Supreme and all the ads on it.
The Rat Anonymous.
Yeah. Did you see that? You know what I'm talking about, Nathan? Have you seen that?
The red one with all the.
I'll send you a pic.
Yeah,
it's got like
the Adidas stripes on it.
Yeah, it's got Supreme. It's got all these actual ad things all over it. I think that would have been a perfect thing to do for this.
That would be cool. Yeah,
that would be really cool. And I'm kind of bummed that they didn't go that direction because that would have been really cool, dude. I would
love for that thing to be re-released because when it came out, it wasn't very expensive.
Right.
And now they're like thousands of dollars. Like they're just so much money, and it's ridiculous. And they're so hard to find. Because I think they only made like 500 or something.
Yeah.
I'll send you a pic.
Well, I'd like to have seen. They could have done like a samurai vibe or something with one of the Jedi. Re-released. I don't know, an Obi-Wan or something, and just.
I really wish they had done that. I was really hoping, or like a samurai Vader, like the. Was it?
Yeah, I think that's been. Has that been done?
No, someone else did it, but like a smaller scale. Like I can't remember who it was now, but. How cool! Like even like I don't know, like a Luke Skywalker samurai or any one of the, like you said, one of the Jedi or.
But we can't be surprised Hot Toys aren't going to do it. I mean, Celebration's in their own country, so
right.
You're going to. They're going to have a big presence at the show, from what I understand. So, this makes total sense to me.
No, I
mean, it's not for me to get, but I can see why they've done it. Absolutely.
I agree. I think here, let me bring up these.
And what's cool about this is when they had the Jun Takahashi exhibition, it was actually held at Secret Base when these figures are on sale.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
They have like the Carl Simpsons. They have like they have the Obey Giant, Shepherd Fairy. They have Bounty Hunter. They have Undercover. They have Stussy, like all the street brands. It's a cool figure, man.
It's nothing new, is it? Kind of redesigning Stormtrooper helmets with some other iconic pop art.
Right. But
Correct.
There was exhibitions that had,
that's so sick, dude. That would have been. I would buy something like this just to put up, somewhere.
That's quite artistic. Yeah, I do like that.
So cool. I'm kind of bummed they didn't go that direction, but that said, either way, it's still cool that they're doing something, right?
I think this would look great with all the other exclusives that they've done. Like the porcelain one and the the chrome and the copper.
And it comes with this background, right?
Yeah, that's kind of
cool.
That looks quite cool. Yeah.
Silk sheets not included.
Right. Not yet.
I think as well, like what was it called? The Como, was it? I think that's kimono. Yeah, like that's only available at Celebration, whereas if you get the figure outside of Celebration, it's only the base figure without.
Interesting.
Without that.
So the sexy kimono.
So you got to put them in the kimono.
You need the kimono, yeah.
Yeah, you got to.
I remember how many people laughed at the porcelain figure. Now that's one hot toy that's retained a lot of value.
Yeah.
Those
are hard to get and they're expensive.
I'm telling you, dude. Anything artistic, different like that, it's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna.
I think I would have bought it, but it just wouldn't go with anything I've got. I don't think.
Is this gray or
think
white and it just can't?
It looks great.
It looks great.
It looks great. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, definitely. So you're saying this is what people will get if they buy it outside of the con?
I believe so. Yeah.
If you buy from a flipper, you don't get the kimono. You get punished.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting. Let's go on to not this one. This guy. So this is another exclusive.
This guy's fun.
This is interesting. I mean, a lot of people didn't really. I don't know. A lot of people weren't thinking this was anything special, but
I think from a distance it looks really cool with the light effect on it. But then if you were to look at it close up, it just looks like it's been drawn
on with Posca markers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I think if you set it up in the right type of like diorama or setup or something like that, and you have him going at it with someone else has a blue lightsaber or something like that, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
See, he would look good if. Remember, Matt, I was telling you like when they did the 3.75-inch figures, and they did the 2-packs.
Yeah,
they were a big hit. It would look good if they continued a little bit of this line and they had like the Stormtrooper. I mean, everybody saw who's the guy who makes the clapperboards? But he has a Stormtrooper helmet, and it's based off of basically one of these, like the comic image with the red lenses.
Right.
That's Simon, yeah.
Yeah. So if you continue that, I think they would display really, really well, and I think a lot of comic fans or the art fans would get into them because they're really unique. But by itself, it's kind of hard to digest and say where or how would I display this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough one, dude. I don't know. I mean, Nathan, you're not grabbing this. You're not going to grab this guy?
No, I don't think. No, it's the only one. Well, apart from them all, I don't think it's the only one that I wouldn't be.
It seems like this is one that a lot of people would probably pass up on.
I think maybe if I didn't have a Vader, I might have thought about it, but I've got.
I mean, this wouldn't be the only Vader you want, though. Come on,
no, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got
crazy.
I've got the Vader from Kenobi, who's looks like a New Hope Vader as well, and then an Empire Vader. So I think I'm okay in terms of Vaders.
It's an interesting concept. It
does look cool, but yeah, like if you've got all your lights on in your display and you're just standing there, it's not going to look.
Yeah.
Not really going to look great.
You definitely need him in like a dueling type of pose scenario. Yeah, I don't know. Tony Parm, your thoughts?
It's an odd one for me. I mean, I think, I can understand what they're trying to achieve here, but as far as how one would display it, that becomes challenging. I think it's for the Vader completist.
Yeah, I mean, you even see like the robes even have the color on it. Like, it's, I mean,
I think it's going to look really odd in that. There's no natural light shots really. It's all a bit looks a bit renderish to me.
Yeah.
I think this could look quite tragic in normal light. But I look, it's hats off for them to try something new. I mean, it could look great in a display.
That box looks good.
That box looks awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, the box.
Get it for the box.
It's easy money, isn't it? That's the one thing I find with it. It always comes across as a bit of a cash grab. Where there's very little R&D involved in this anymore.
Yeah, sure.
The tooling and everything. It's just paint.
I mean,
so you can't. You can understand why they do it. It's easy money for them.
Sure.
Even if they produce it in fairly limited numbers. But
I guess that's what the exclusives have kind of become.
They have become this. Yeah, they're like the Iron Man.
The Darth Maul suffers with it for me.
Darth Maul.
That's tragic for me. To be honest.
Let's. I mean, now that we're talking about
it's a missed opportunity for me.
Oh gosh, I can't even.
Oh no. Yeah, let's get on that. Well, there's two of your favourites there, man.
Yeah, let me go because I think I jumped away from it. Let me see real quick because I want to make sure we talk.
Gag reflex.
Is this the concept Maul you're on about?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think they took it far enough. I think they should have kept it like the original concept.
But I think don't we only see like the top half in the concept anyway? You don't really.
Yeah, the face is Ray Parks. I would have gone with a narrow face and kept the concept drawing and really pushed it. But they just retooled everything and chucked.
But I think the beigey costume or whatever it is looks cool. That itself looks okay. But
I think the costume looks great. I just the head sculpt for me and what's going on around the it looks like he's got
the hands are just reused more hands. The same with the legs are just kind of a bit boring. The lightsaber is exactly the same. It's
an interesting mythos style possibly type of figure, but I don't know I don't know. I'm not sure.
They just needed to change. If they'd gone full out with the head sculpt on the concept, I would have. I think the costume.
Is this sculpted in?
Yeah, it looks
part of the part of the original artwork.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I mean,
I think it was. It's going to sell. There's low. I mean, he's a popular character, isn't he?
Yeah, I can see this selling more than the Vader. Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
But it's a bit different. But
yeah,
anyone that gets Hot Toys for accuracy isn't going to be. This isn't going to be one.
I mean, it's a badass costume in terms of
cool, yeah.
If they had something like this in Star Wars that looked like it's pretty sick.
Like you said, Tony, though, it's almost like they should have gone further with it. Like they've done the.
It's just a missed opportunity. Yeah, it's a missed opportunity for me.
It's just same Darth Maul with just a different costume and obviously it's different sculpt, but
they could have offered a second sculpt, couldn't they? If they wanted to keep one like this, and then for those who wanted a more comic style.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just it's just another for me. I don't know. I'm just Darth Mauled out. I mean, I really like the character. I mean, I had some. I did have some pieces in my collection of it, but I just lately, it's just I don't know how many times they've reissued Ray Park's likeness, but
Well, they just came out with the new Phantom Menace 2.0 more a few months ago. So, and it's.
I just would have liked to have seen it's just the headset. I think the costume looks good.
Yeah. It really does. I mean, it's so detailed with all kinds of stuff. So, look at that box. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It will sell well. This one, I think. I think there's probably enough difference for Darth Maul fans there to jump on it. But yeah, this is the letdown for me. It's just it just feels lazy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, I get you. Yeah, people freaking just
this will sell.
They jizz all over these Darth Maul figures. They love them, man.
It's fantastic, but this one doesn't have the airing. I hope, right?
It's covered, isn't it? It's on the other side, isn't it? Is it? I don't know.
If it does, then
I don't.
They're deliberately not showing you.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on there? No, I don't think it is.
I don't see other side.
They're definitely. Maybe they're hiding it from us.
Like, definitely are preferring that one side, no doubt. It doesn't look like it to me.
No.
Because that would be extreme corner cutting right there.
Gosh, that costume does look pretty sick, though.
It does, yeah. Give him.
It looks cool there because it's you see the same sort of shoulder shot that you see in the concept, whereas I think everything else is like, I don't know. They just had so much like almost like the artistic license to do a bit more with it, and
it's pretty cool though, man. Like to be honest, like they didn't have this many exclusives the last time, right? For Celebration,
they didn't have any in London.
Well,
right.
The other big thing to think about, guys, is this is the first time that they're doing anything conceptual.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, right.
If these go well, and we're seeing conceptual art piece turn into figures. Like, I mean, I know it's one of those things. Like, think of the possibilities. They probably won't go too far down that road, but it's still great to see that we're getting like actual concept art, made into a figure.
Well, it makes sense, right? They already make the animated versions of things and like all that. Like it makes
but the
sense.
animated versions are technically part of the shows, and I mean these don't exist outside of the artwork.
It would be cool to see like some McCrory
that would be amazing.
Vader and Luke or whatever.
Well, if they start going down the maquette line, that's it. I'm out of here.
Tony, can you imagine how Hot Toys are making maquettes and now you're like, well, what do I do?
Think about a McCrory, Vader, and Luke. Like, kind of like... Because
that would be cool. That would be cool.
The Dakota Bukiya ones are basically 1/6 scale, and they have great details. So picture those like in a Hot Toy version. That'd be amazing.
I could see them doing that, for sure.
Yeah, I'd like the droids. If they did a C-3PO and R2-D2.
That would be wild.
The iconic picture.
Or the Snowtrooper, or...
Or even like is it the Stormtrooper that's got like the lightsaber and the shield?
The shield and the lightsaber? That's cool. Nathan, that would be amazing.
To be able to impose them how you want, that would be great. Army build, if you wanted to. Yeah, cool.
Can't do it, guys. Cannot do it. Don't suck me back into another.
Don't do it. I want to spend that money.
don't need to be sucked in. That said, if anything's going to suck me back in,
it's got to be this.
It's got to be this
fella.
It's got to be this piece of shit.
Why would they make part 2?
Life size, man. I don't know.
They because they probably realized that their first one wasn't very good, because there was like all the themes of the ears were showing and all that.
I mean, that's true, Nathan, but at the same time, like, the craze is over unless they're prepping for like the movie coming out. I don't know.
Jason and I were talking about this. They're coming out with a movie, right, at some point. But nobody gives a shit about the Mandalorian and Grogu anymore. Like, nobody cares.
Why not wait until the film comes out and do this?
Right, but even then, you're still gonna struggle, I think, because like at that point, everybody's done. Like we're all kind of done with it. So like,
we're tapped out.
Well, people are saying that this. I mean, although this is the bag. This isn't Mando's bag. It's a Scout Trooper bag, but. How it would be cool for a cosplayer if you're cosplaying a Scout Trooper or something.
Sure,
you could. I agree to that. Yeah,
I'm sure. Like it would.
It'd be cool if you're walking through a con and somebody.
I'll be a lonely Scout Trooper.
Yeah, just with a clenched fist.
Wow.
He's literally.
It's executed very well. I mean,
it looks definitely better
without ripping it too much. I mean, it does look exactly. Yeah,
it's not that he just is the symbol of like a weight around his neck. Like that's how I feel about this character. It's like a freaking ball and chain connected to the Mandalorian. Like
I was having a conversation with one of my clients the other day, and I was like, Grogu's got is Grogu ever going to speak? Like, he's getting older, but
well, this is what somebody said to me the other day, that they're going to string this for 10 years, and then he'll utter one word, and then that'll be the end of it. And I'm like, I don't think I can put myself through that.
They're like, Papa.
I can't, guys. Like it needs to end. Honestly, they had the perfect ending. They had the perfect situation.
Season 2. End of season 2 is perfect.
Yeah, give him to Luke and let Luke just develop him. Honestly, have Luke take him to near a black hole and just have him grow up. Right. And you're like, oh, wow. Like he came back and we're still like, he just grew up all of a sudden super fast. It's
I feel like they could have at least kept him away between series and not the very next time we see Mando, Grogu's coming back.
Yeah.
And it's you could have said, oh, he's been with Luke for a couple of years. And
right.
He's now trained and he can actually be useful.
They need to kill this character off quickly, because I've got this vision. I've just got this vision of watching Empire Strikes Back in 10 years, and he's hopping around behind Yoda.
Right?
Yeah, they CGI him in.
They've got to off him in the. Yeah. Well, I can. That's the problem. That I can imagine it.
Yeah.
And that they now need to start thinking about outing this character quickly.
He's going to get Mando armor.
Original movies.
He's going to crop up. I can see it. I can just see it now.
Holy shit!
He's climbing some tree behind Yoda in Dagobah or something. I mean, it's just
Dude, that's Grogu. What the? Dude, that would be crazy. That would be so crazy, bro. No. There's no way they can do any of that anymore without massive problems. I imagine.
I feel like they understand that would not go down well.
Yeah, well, but I don't think there's any connective thinking going on at all over there. That's what worries me.
There hasn't been, no, but I feel like they've kind of starting to understand a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, when George Lucas did it, it didn't go down super well. So that's all I would think, that they would be like, we don't want to deal with that. But that would be crazy, Tony. That would be the craziest thing in the world to have this guy all the time.
I'm trying to think of the timeline. I mean, he'd be younger than this would be before he met Mando, wouldn't it? So he would.
We want.
He'd be even less developed.
They could do it in
Return of the Jedi, basically, with Palpatine, Luke, and Vader, and Vader's looking between Palpatine and Luke, and then Grogu just pops up. Hey.
Well, no, Palpatine gets chucked down the shaft. He goes one way, and Grogu pops up the other way. You know, I mean, it's just, I can just see something stupid.
I could see it in the sequels. They could do something in the sequels, but that would be.
Or do what they want with that.
I know that's what.
The problem is we can sit here and joke, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did it.
Honestly,
they'll want to link them, won't they?
Guys, this bag, you could probably use this bag as a bag.
Yeah, you could. That'd be cool.
I think ditch the figure and just use the bag.
I mean, that bag's pretty sick, dude. Like, for reals, that bag's cool.
I hope it's like genuine suede leather or something.
It looks like a canvas bag, but it does look
leather, mate.
It does look cool.
It's Hot Toys.
Pleather bag,
yeah.
Well, it looks pretty darn, in terms of I don't want to, execution. Hot Toys, have improved on the other one, but I just think it's unnecessary. There's going to be people out there that will probably buy this. I
suspect they're going to show a trailer, aren't they, or something?
Oh my God! You imagine walking down the road with that.
Dude, that bag is pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a big bag.
It's a huge bag. I mean, that'd be a cool bag to take to a con with, like a Comic-Con or something. That'd be freaking sick. But then you gotta deal with this giant ass Grogu figure. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Which sucks, but
just give them away.
Yeah.
When somebody buys a Hot Toy, just include them for free.
Yeah, no kidding. Can you imagine buying a Hot Toy and getting this giant Grogu and being like, what the hell do I do with this? Cece's in the chat. She says, "I don't know if anyone wanted this." Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, nobody asked for this. This is a waste of resources and materials.
A waste of time. It's a waste of.
So random because like they're
Waste of-
probably gonna announce a load more figures on May 4th.
Yeah,
And like with all these celebration ones and everything else, it's like, and we got a Grogu like nowhere near the series or near the. It's just a real random time to.
I think this is. I think Hot Toys are just going to absolutely. I mean, you're on about a fire hose, Matt. I think May the 4th could be flood warning.
I could finally be.
You're
telling me there's been no Hot Toys May the 4th releases?
It's a sick bag. It's a really cool bag. Actually.
Yeah, no. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that, we don't know what's going to happen with May the 4th. And then I'm hoping we get some actual sideshow stuff. Like I know sideshows teased the Luke.
The X-Wing.
The X-Wing Luke.
Yeah.
Climbing up the ladder. I would love to see that. I'd love to see some other things come. I'd love, again, like we said, I'd love to see sideshow come out with some Andor stuff.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
Well, we might see a K2SO. You just don't know.
Oh, it'd be so good.
That'd be great. Good timing for it.
So good. Yeah, I could see them doing. I would love that. I'd love to see them because I'm happy that people are getting Hot Toys. Like it's great, but I'd like to see Andor get a more well-rounded collectible thing. Like get some statues that people are excited about. Hot Toys, and then other than that, I don't know, but like it would be cool to get a mixture of some things. So yeah,
the biggest thing on my list for anything Andor would be the Andor TIE Fighter, Andor and the TIE Fighter gear from the most recent shots from season 2, and then would be Andy Serkis in the prisoner outfit.
Yeah,
I quite like the I can't remember her name, the female officer. I thought she was quite cool. Like she would look quite cool, like with all the other officers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be a cool one to have, but I don't think that would sell. But that would be a good exclusive.
I think it would.
You think? Yeah.
No, I think it would sell. I think it would sell. I think there's Matt said it. I think there's a thirst for Andor products. That's why I can't understand why none of these companies are diving into it. You just hope that season 2 will definitely deliver. I'm sure it will, and hopefully we'll see some decent collectibles coming out of it.
Maybe because season 2 is going to be a bit more like Star Wars-y, I guess. Like because obviously season 1 we didn't get the Empire till sort of midway through and stuff like that. And I'm not saying you have to have the Empire or have Jedis around for it to be Star Wars, but in terms of like collectibles, some companies probably think, I want some troopers or whatever.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did see. I know we're slightly off topic, but just on Andor season 2, I did see I like the fact that they're going to do them in blocks, and the season episodes look like the runtime on them is pretty good. I mean, hopefully that isn't 10 minutes of end credits, because I know what Lucasfilm are like. They like to run. They like to, which is great. They like everybody's name in there, but it runs on for so long.
I was talking with Jason about this the other day too. That was really one of the things that's really cool is they're coming out with Andor and I don't know if you just mentioned this or not, Tony. I was just doing some other things, but the 3 at a time.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's like a story arc,
right? Like
I think
that's really cool that they're doing 3 and then the next weekend 3.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be a year at a time. I think it's meant to be.
Oh, is it?
It's 4 years, so they're going to go from season 1 straight to Rogue One.
Yeah,
over the course of 4 years, and it's 3 episodes per year, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be like watching a mini movie, isn't it?
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, it's really smart to do that.
I mean, and binge watching it is just amazing. I mean, it's so much better.
I'm rewatching it at the moment, so it's good.
Yep. I tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy,
wait
she
for
killed it. Kathleen Kennedy, you know? Another one of those like, let's get Kathleen Kennedy out of here. Oh, but she did do some good things. I mean,
I said to you, Matt, it's not necessarily her; it's the writers that
Yeah.
on these other shows. It's the writers
I
and,
know.
and the showrunners
I know.
that are
Look
responsible
at, dude, we
for it.
talked about this. Look who wrote Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's your boy. It's everybody's favorite guy that wrote that, and that freaking fell through the floor.
Mm.
It's all about Dave Filoni. He's the guy.
Yeah. He's definitely very good. But even still, like, did he write all of Ahsoka?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
It was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good.
I'm still not sure about his live action stuff.
Yeah,
I'm still on the fence with. I'm not denying his passion and and his knowledge and drive and stuff. It's just actual sort of story. It's very animatic, and I felt the Ahsoka series felt a little bit cartoonish, but that's just me. I like this more grounded. It's probably they've just hit the sweet spot with me on the Andor stuff. I think Tony Gilroy's and the writing team that he's got there have just they nailed that first series.
Yep.
We're all expecting the season 2 to be great. I'm sure it will be, but I just hope it is. I just do not want it to be just okay. I want it to, because Rogue One is the best, certainly the best film they've done.
For sure.
And it deserves this prequel to it, I think.
Yeah. I wanted to show before we jump. I wanted to show this thing that these posters that CC picked up. These are absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure of the make. I feel like these are like customs, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, who's done these?
I don't know. Jason, I think knows.
23-0.
23-0. But just the detail and the
wow,
yeah, looks good.
The likeness.
Really,
I think is it gold leaf, Jason?
Yeah, it's a gold flake that was put over. So the paper is really interesting. The images don't do it justice. It's a really interesting paper, and then it's got a varnish, like a screen printed pulled varnish, and then it's got the gold flake pulled into the paper as well, which the detail is they're amazing, and they're only edition of 40. They only made 40. It was a mission run. But the thing is they're 24 by 36. So for someone like me, something like that just sits in a flat file portfolio.
It's big.
It's hard.
That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, and these really you could do this two ways, right? You can frame them simplistically, like very, very simple, and let the piece sort of stand out for itself, or you can do a very ornate frame and really allow these to come alive. But that's quite the investment, right? So but they're absolutely gorgeous. I actually put a set up this afternoon if anybody's interested for a pretty good deal.
Not cheap though.
No.
But man, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. They're they're so pretty. I mean, this is the best posters I've seen. What's that, Jason?
They're just different.
Yeah. Dude, the gold leaf, and then the Japanese, like that whole thing is just absolutely.
I like how the Emperor's pulling Anakin's, like Vader's, mask off, and it's Anakin underneath, like he's holding the construction of the Death Star, like really interesting detail. And then you got Padme, during the funeral scene, like even Grievous isn't. It's really, really interesting.
Tells a story. It does tell a story, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, like here you get all the clone helmets and 3PO. Yeah,
and his robot hand's cool.
Yeah.
Here, it's cool.
Yeah, that's really well done, isn't it?
But even that, like the little flakes of gold, they really show very well.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I don't know. I just wanted to show that because I thought it's just such a beautiful, beautiful set that I know CC got and that I think Jason is putting up as well. So pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I think a little over an hour 20. Like, I think there's not a whole lot left. I mean, Jason, we did talk about the Regal Robot piece at the very beginning.
Okay, which one? Okay, the snail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a whole lot to say there, but it's coming out, so whatever. And then yeah, a ton of Hot Toys, man. There's a lot of really cool Hot Toys. It's going to be fun to see as we go along. I guess this week is Celebration. Is that correct? Is it this week?
Yeah,
or is
I
it?
think it's next weekend.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to see some other things come out of that, or maybe just announcements, or whatever people kind of what
They usually do.
Yeah, and all the 20 is on the 22nd, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think first three episodes.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see some fun things there, and then just kind
And
of.
I think we discussed rather than doing like watching them live, we're gonna do like a post discussion for every 3 episodes that air. We'll do like our discussion the following day.
Obviously, that's the hope. Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Honestly, I freaking love Andor, and so I'm really looking forward to what we're gonna get. I thought Skeleton Crew was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
My kid, when I watched it with my little girl, and she loved it. So like, it was nice to have something that people got excited for. I'm really looking forward to Andor, and hope that it just gets everybody excited and ready. I mean, that's not one that I can watch with my kid. It's too slow. It's too involved. So whatever, it's fine. But I'm super excited. So, yeah. But I think that's probably it, guys. Nathan, you pretty pumped for all this stuff? Are you concerned?
Yeah, both I guess. as an old friend of ours used to say, why not both?
Yeah, well, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
just gonna go for it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, hopefully, I'll get the Anakin.
Yeah,
and I'll go. I mean, did you discuss Galen Erso last time?
I don't know. Did we skip it?
Yeah,
no,
we did go through it.
I thought you did.
That was the first exclusive they revealed, wasn't it?
That's a my Hot Toys shopper said she can only get me one figure, which is very understandable. So I chose to.
Nathan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I want more. No.
I want more.
No, but yeah, I'll try and get the Anakin, and then we'll go from there. Really, I think.
Yeah, no, that's great, dude.
To see what they bring out on May 4th, if anything.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna come out with a lot of.
They'll do another Anakin, and it'll be with one Sith eye.
Here's a quick look at just all the exclusives together.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
These are all the ones that
Galen's fantastic. That Galen's fantastic.
These are all the ones they're coming out with. So, which is cool. I mean, it'll be, whatever people, I guess can get their hands on. But yeah, I mean, out of all of these, I imagine Galen is actually something that people would actually want.
Yeah, I mean, I do want it. I think he'd be easier to get because he's not limited. I don't think.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
So, although it is an exclusive, I think it's a bit like the other exclusives.
Right.
Just get readily available. So
yeah, I imagine.
So I'll get him at some point. I think, maybe.
Yeah, no, that's great because that's all. That's one that's, obviously something that can go with the Rogue One.
The Rogue One, the Emperor, the officers even.
Yeah. One thing I didn't mention that we can just touch on real quick is there is this that Sideshow is announced.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That
they're coming out with the Cad Bane.
That looks good.
It does look good. Yeah, it looks really nice. I mean, we'll talk about this again at some point because they don't have actual shots of this other than this one. So there's going to be more coming out, but it does look good. I mean, I'm not a Cad Bane fan, so I wouldn't pick this up, but like, it's cool.
Disney also they announced recently. They announced a new animated series, didn't they?
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Cad Bane's in that. Was it? I can't remember. Is it
The
Underworld? Is that what they're
Tales of
calling it?
it's the Tales series, so it's
Yeah.
Tales of the Underworld.
Tales
Yeah.
of the Underworld,
Mm.
and it's Cad Bane and Ventress.
Ventress, yeah.
So is that what this is from?
No, I mean, it just
look-
seems coincidental, the
I
timing.
think that,
But yeah.
Because this definitely feels more animated to me than anything
But
else.
yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
this is I think the Cad Bane in the show is going to be pre Clone Wars from the looks of it, and this looks to be Clone Wars Cad Bane.
Yeah,
So
it's cool though. It does look really good. I mean,
Mhm.
I think the only other thing that's been a statue, Cad Bane statue, is the NYC version. Correct? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And that was going for a pretty penny at one point, wasn't it?
It was, and it's very, it's very large. Like the base is really big, but is really well done.
Mhm.
But this is great. It's great that they're coming out with this. CC said, no, this is from Clone Wars, I think, with Toto. Yeah, the robot.
Yeah,
I think his name is. So yeah,
Okay.
looks to be a Clone Wars version. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's probably going to be it. I think we'll be looking to do. I don't know if we'll do another one next weekend if there's like a bunch of stuff to talk about and we just want to kind of do like a celebration version. If there's not, we'll probably wait till the next weekend and just kind of, go
Yeah,
over.
because I think we're not 100% sure. Like the things that should be announced, are they going to be announced? I know
Right.
there's potentially the EFX TIE Interceptor and the Vader reveal, but whether or not they're going
I
to.
think I got maybe some inside scoop. I've got a client that is about to start working on the is it James Mangold or the first film
Yeah.
of the High Republic film, basically. When they last celebration they announced 3 films, and apparently that's about to start production
Okay.
later this year. So they might announce something for that potentially. I don't know. It was
There'll
just
be lots of trailers and stuff, and
Yeah.
and teasers, yeah, for sure.
CC's mentioning, did you show the original trilogy posters coming soon? I don't.
That's Chris Valentine, I think.
Did they put them up?
No, I think he just had a little reel which showed little parts of him painting the poster, but that does look really good because I've really liked Chris Valentine's previous.
I do. I'm not. So I was thinking about this. I saw the little thing where he's painting him. I'm not a huge fan of the. It's funny. I'm not a huge fan of the painting look of posters for some reason. I just don't. I just kind of feel like they don't look that great. But Chris Valentine's stuff is very good. He does a killer job with like likenesses and stuff. He's really good. He's really talented. A lot of the stuff he's come out with is great. So yeah, we'll show that stuff eventually. I think. Cece said not just yet. I do think Cece was trying to get something together with us talking to Chris Valentine about that piece, but we'll see if that actually happens or not.
Yeah,
we've been trying to get Chris on.
That was a problem. We were supposed to do it earlier today, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was busy. So I honestly, I think she mentioned tomorrow, and I don't think I can do that in the morning. I have to go to my girls' game. So I think if they end up doing it might be just CC or Jason or something like that. But I'm not going to be able to jump on. But I hope they do it because it'd be great to have Chris talking about the pieces. And if not, we'll do it at some point because I know we've been trying to get him on. So we'll make it happen at some point. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it. We'll try to figure out what we're kind of bringing out from here. But I think we'll do some product spotlights soon. And then we'll do some more of these lives coming up. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for chat for hanging out. Right. Peace out.